Welcome to A Date with DANU right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. Today is a very special show. We are speaking about something that we are trying to incorporate into young minds. Love is love, respecting everyone, understanding everyone, and having that empathy within you to be a person who is contributing to society. Let's speak more about this as we move on with the show.
Hi, I'm Jehan Aloysius,
Hi, I'm Kishani Jayasinghe.
and we're on a date with DANU.
DANU! So DANU is really special. You know, we've known each other a long time and I think we're going to have lots of fun tonight. Yeah?
I'm looking forward to, I don't know. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy that DANU was able to get me again. It's a sequel to the last one. I'm very happy.
Welcome to the show, and I'm happy to have the one and only Kishani, who is here on a small holiday and performing. So I quickly got on the show. And then we have all-time drama queen, Jehan.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good evening. Hello.
Thank you for being here. Let's start with Kishani. Kishani had a performance here after 4 years, well,
Indeed.
out of which I think 2 years was given to COVID, and we also had Aragali. And
Unfortunately.
so more or less, I have actually not counted those years of my life.
No, me
yeah.
neither. No.
So it was refreshing and it was beautiful to hear you perform.
Thank
and it was
you.
such a wonderful concert, but the concert was done in aid of a project.
Yes, it was. It's just very special and a very, sort of personal thing that I wanted to do. But more than anything, I thought, music in general is something that we've got to share. And when you have a purpose behind it, it makes it so much more special. But I think all in all, it was something that I wanted to bring back home. And just present, when you sing, there's always different types of music. You can sing and you can present yourself in different ways, but opera is really is my god, and within that, there are composers that I love. And this was an opportunity to work on that kind of music that I just wanted to bring back home.
90% of it I didn't understand, but I understood.
Surely,
her,
Danu.
she was waiting for Romeo at one point.
Yes,
Correct?
yes.
She had that, I'm frustrated, come quickly, kind of a
More
look.
like, where are you, Romeo?
Sorry.
Come and get me, because
but
I'm, yes.
He was
different,
late and you were just annoyed, kind of a
No, because
sad.
I'm being married off to somebody
correct,
else,
correct.
so I'm waiting for Romeo to come and get me. Yes.
Amazing emotions. You know that human mind can only hold on to any emotion for 5 seconds.
But in opera, I think that 5 seconds becomes 15,
Yeah.
right? It kind of elongates.
Yeah, amazing.
Yes.
Now we are going to speak to Jehan Aloysius. Now I must tell you, truth be told, Jehan is hands down one of the most talented theatre personalities we have in this country. He's one of a kind. I don't think we have seen anyone before, and I don't think we'll see anyone after that. Apart from that, nobody can work with him.
Thank you, DANU.
It's the truth. Recently, he staged Venus United. Absolutely amazing. The concept, the story, the songs. The songs felt like I've heard them before, and that's more beautiful.
Yeah.
Or the fact that you were able to relate to the songs. Welcome, and tell me about Venus United.
So Venus United is my love letter to all women, the strong women in my life. It was based on testimonials and real stories, and I think you just killed an insect. I don't know what he's doing right now.
Sorry, last time also this fly was with me on this show.
It's now near,
Oh my God.
and it is now.
Near you.
Yeah.
Don't kill it.
I'm not killing it.
Don't.
You
I
are
wanted
very
it-
good.
No, but it went
Set
off
it
there.
free, set it
went
free.
off there.
Okay,
It's
fine.
free.
It's like an Obama
Free,
moment.
fly, fly, little fly. Goodbye. Right.
That was
So
like
getting
an
back to
Obama
Venus.
moment,
Yeah.
Catch the fly, yeah.
So Venus United is based. Venus United is my love letter to all the strong women in my life. It's based on testimonials and real stories, and I had a fantastic cast, Danu. You would agree that Shehara, Ayushka, Nadine, they really made those characters come alive, and I had so much in terms of feedback from audience members who wrote to me and said, I am a Delilah, or I need to be more like a Vanessa who's going to fight back when she's, physically abused and things like that. So I'm really glad that audiences enjoyed it. I'm very humbled and happy that you enjoyed it as well.
Oh, absolutely amazing. I need a man. It starts off, but it was such a refreshing theatrical experience for me because one, we have not seen theatre like that, where three people hold it together, and also such a great message put in the most interesting, funny thought. All the emotions were there, and you should watch it. It's
I was so sorry to miss it,
Yeah.
Jehan,
Well,
but I hope I will have an
You're not
opportunity.
here, know what to do.
I
You are
know,
living
I know,
where the
I
king
know,
is
I know.
living, so.
No, but
I'm very glad to say that we will be previewing a few of those songs
I look
in July.
forward to seeing it. I look forward
Now
to
quickly,
seeing
don't talk about that now. That's for me to talk.
I know. I was wondering, comedy plug එක දාන්න ඕන. Plug එක දාන්න
One
ඕන.
thing
Plug
with Jehan is
plug
show me
නොවුනා
levels
නම්
to see. I
plug
told-
එක දාන්න ඕන.
Let me just tell you, last time, 4 years ago, he came on this show.
Right.
I told you then, I'm telling you now. This is my show. When I tell you to shut up, shut up.
And they call me the diva.
I am not.
You know,
You are the rose between the thorns.
But she's diva by her, because
by
she has
profession.
worked for it.
Yes, yes, indeed.
I don't have a
indeed.
flower in my ear or on my, on my jacket.
He's
but
feeling a little left
but
out.
yeah.
Danu.
I know
think
where
we
your
need
flower
to.
is. Let me just get into a segment, and it's called Hot Seat, and it's made possible by our friends at Crystal. Welcome back, and we have some fun questions, and it's called Hot Seat. Now, Kishani is like, I have not been here, I won't know things, so
Tell me
we'll
the
start with.
questions now.
Yeah, but we're going to start with Jehan, just to
Okay,
put.
good.
He has been here, no? He has
Yes.
got used to all of this.
Good.
Okay. If you had to do a play with only men, just like your last play, Venus United, what would you call it?
The answer is very simple. It would be People United.
I always thought it would be definitely United, right?
That was the obvious answer.
Yeah.
But can we say on screen?
Well, you said it now again for the second time.
Can we say is okay, producers?
Fourth, fifth.
Can I say in front of her?
Yes.
So United.
There you go. But why didn't you call that United?
Can we say
Kind of a show. Okay. Right. And here I thought, it was very.
But it is actually.
Right.
But not when you have people like that.
Right.
If you had to play an intimate scene with the following, who would you choose and who will you not choose?
This is me still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kishani,
Oh.
Nidra Williams, Jerome De Silva, Shanikidi Alvis, Tracy Holsinger.
Who would I choose and who would I not choose?
Yes.
So who would I choose means the others I wouldn't choose. Is it?
That's up to you. Just I didn't know that you were going to not choose all four of them,
So
the others.
I wouldn't choose any, but
Nice.
but
You were just wounded.
yeah.
Wounded. I
but
feel wounded.
but since Kishani is here,
Thank you.
Who would you like to do an intimate scene with?
I would certainly like to do an intimate scene with Kishani.
I just felt
we are
wounded there.
two
Yes.
amazing performers.
Yes,
And all-
yes.
I'm an amazing performer, and I'm sure she's an amazing
Of course.
performer.
Of course.
You perform well.
Yes.
In but coming back.
Theatrically.
Yes, exactly.
Always theatrically.
Whose theatrical performances are an absolute delight for you? Kevin Cruz, Feroz Kamardeen, Indu Dharmasena.
My guilty pleasure is because my mom also loves Indu's plays, and I
Okay.
go there to really laugh. So I have a ball when I go for all of Indu's plays.
Not the other. If you could give one particular advice in the parliament, what would it be?
I have no idea what I would give. Support the arts.
The bill to decriminalize homosexuality is being debated in the parliament right now. Your personal opinion on this, is it a yes or a no?
It should be decriminalized.
Right. Well done with your questions. Now
Thank
I
you
move to
very much.
Kishani.
Can I have those questions?
No.
Okay.
Kishani, if you had to recommend a local musical talent to perform in front of the king, who will you pick? The Dilanoro brothers, Soul Sounds, Bhati and Santosh, Umaria.
Gosh. Since we have, you see, he's
No, he's not
signaling.
in the list.
But you have to put him in the
No,
list
he's not.
because you put me in the list with him.
No, that's for an intimate scene.
So let me put it this way. I say they're all such talented artists, you know, and all.
We normally trim these off.
Yeah, that's okay. But I'm just going to tell you what I feel. So I think, to be very PC, I would say you could have a little bit of them all.
No.
Yes, you have to know.
One person who you will recommend.
No, but they bring something different. Very different.
No, he only wants one Sri Lankan art performer.
But my darling, that has already been me.
If Jehan Aloysius writes a scandalous play and you have an erotic scene, how much skin would you show? Up to bust, up to waist, up to thigh.
I think what I'm wearing is very indicative of what you would get.
Just the toe.
Yes. Because you know what? Less is more, Danu. Right. Less is more, always. Elegance, always elegance, and less is more.
If you wake up one morning as the president, first and last thing you will do?
Gosh, loaded question. I would, first and last thing, gosh, this is what you meant by hot seat.
What's the first thing you'll do?
First thing I would do, I would make all people, and I would just make it a country for all. That's the first thing I would do, number one.
And then you're now going to sleep.
And now I'm going to sleep.
You can do one more thing.
That's just lousy, isn't it? If you can only do two things as a president.
First
really.
and the last thing you're going to do, not only two things.
Okay.
You can put a jig as well if you want to.
No jigging.
Okay.
There's so many things I want to do. I would, if I could, and if this was something that we could do, I would say that I want transparency and honesty and integrity.
Good that you're going to sleep after that.
The theme of integrity and honesty to be the theme of how I would run my country.
If the movie Titanic was being made here,
yes,
and at the point of the sinking, you had to perform, what song would you pick?
Gosh.
It has to be a Sinhala song.
A Sinhala song, DANU Budunge.
Okay.
Oh, always, always, for sure.
If you could be a fly on the wall, whose bedroom wall would you land on? Maitri Palasirisena, Rohan Di Lanuro, Mano Chanmugam, Ravi Karnarath.
I'd like not to be that fly.
You just don't like the walls.
No, I just... yeah, I just would like not to be that fly.
Caught by Jehan the fly.
Yes,
Congratulations,
exactly.
Jehan. You are the lucky winner.
That's how much
for the first time.
Well done.
For the first time on one of your shows, I've won.
Correct. Jehan, there's also the other thing, you know, they are into hair growth.
So that's why you gave it to Jehan. Tell the truth.
Yeah,
Tell
just for the hair
of
growth.
course,
There's a comb in there. Is there for my...
No.
You can donate that to me. Yeah.
On that note, we need to get into a break. We'll see you on the other side. Do stick around. Kishani, you're terrible though.
No, but you asked me something.
Welcome back to the show. It's a date with Danu. We are speaking to Kishani and Jehan. So tell me about how do you all know each other?
Gosh.
Through a mutual friend,
Yeah,
Avanti.
we have a mutual friend, Avanti. And
Okay.
we've known each other for like long time. We won't say how long.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
you know, very
Few
long
decades,
time.
but-
Yes, but we won't say how many decades.
But I've always been a fan of Kishani's singing.
Right.
I first saw her in Rigoletto in
Oh my gosh.
1995. Okay, I mentioned the
Yeah,
year.
I was a baby though.
And
I was
yeah,
a
she
baby.
was like 2
Still in
years old or
school
something
and
like that.
baby and yeah, of course.
But it was an international, cast playing the leads, and she performed. She was fantastic.
It was fun. It was fun, and likewise. I mean, I've always been a huge admirer of Jehan's work, and I think the thing I love most about what he does is that it's all original. You know, we were talking about this earlier. That I think there's not enough importance given to original work.
Correct.
Because that's where you see the talent. That's where you see the real, you know, the meat and the bones.
Yeah.
And I think I love that about what you do, Jehan.
Thank you very much. It means a lot coming from
Yeah,
you.
it's
Can we
my
come
pleasure.
back to the same question I asked?
Yes.
So you all have known each other for a long time.
A very long time.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's a long answer.
Yeah.
To
Yes.
They went into everything. Like, let's go on to his meat and bones as well.
I was going to say we spent so many 31st nights together also in the past.
we did.
Yeah, every 31st night for like decades.
For many
Yeah.
years. Yes.
Now, Jehan, now we all know this, so it's a known fact. Working with Jehan is amazing. Like, he feeds you and all, very loving and caring and all, but just annoying. This consistency of demand that you have, what your cast needs to give, like, has it worked for your advantage?
It always has, because the end product speaks for itself. And I think those who complete the task appreciate it, because that's important.
Yeah.
I also don't put mediocrity on stage, and I won't accept it. If people don't give me their best, I will take it from them. And I think it's important, because at the end of the day, if you've got a good play, we are a repertory troupe that our plays come back like a horrible disease. They're staged again and again and again, and that's because there is an audience for it. So you're only as good as your last production and your last cast. So it's important to work with good, talented performers. And I must say, if someone finds someone expecting a good standard from you as something too much, then they shouldn't probably be doing theatre. They should go and join a choir group or a church choir, do a hobby, or do
Bass
something
dance
else.
or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stay at home and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
But don't expect to do theatre and be in one of my shows if you don't want to be much better than you think you already are. Because some people come in here and they think they're there, and they want to go be here at the end of the day. But I see them here,
and you will take
and
them there.
I will take them there, and it's not going to be easy, but it will happen. But especially with a cast like the one I had for Venus United, it was such a pleasure. Everyone was giving the 100%. Yeah, Kishani?
No, I just want to say that I think that is one of the things that makes it so unique. Whatever we do, whether it is presenting, whether it is theatre, whether it is singing or music.
Or pasting stamps.
Or pasting stamps. I think it's that attention to detail. I think that's really important. And I think one of the things that we miss sometimes is just the hard work. You've got to put in the hard yarns. Nothing comes easy. Yes, you have natural talent. Yes, you have natural ability. But if you don't put in that, just you have to learn the skill. You have to work to make sure that you understand your craft. Then you've got something special. And I think people see that. And I think, our audiences are very sophisticated now. They have very, very clear expectations of what they want to see, what they expect you to deliver. And I think in your case, where you bring that out of other people, same as you do. In my case, I have to produce it myself as a vocal artist. That, you have to take pride in that. True. That you always give your best performance every single time. And exactly like Jehan said, I mean, in our business as well, we always say you're only good as your last performance.
One more thing is that our plays, I'm sorry to interrupt, but our plays do travel outside Sri Lanka, and we compete at festivals with international performances. So it's not like an audience that's coming once in a way or once every few months. The people who see our shows see 5 shows in the same day. And we have got great reviews because of the kind of standard we've maintained. We've got students at the National School of Drama overseas, and they've been following our shows for the last 10 years. So we have the responsibility for a great standard.
But I must say, like, people who would think that they're not flexible, they can't carry people, they can't throw people around, tend to do everything when they come under Jehan. They're throwing and they're flying and they're doing all sorts of things. And it's possible. And I think it's the way you sort of guide somebody in pushing that. When you do United, I'll be there.
In the starring role.
Yes.
Obviously.
But Kishani spent 20 years crafting her voice. She was just saying that she had to strip everything that she had learned and to relearn everything. And I think that's the kind of dedication that we need, because in Sri Lanka we don't really have drama schools, and we try while working on a play to give whoever joins us free of charge as much, so that they expand their abilities and skills. So it's not just moving a hand or a leg or just saying, okay, I only sing or I only dance. You've got to learn all these skills.
But also, Jehan, I would add to that I think, you have to be able to see that potential. You have to be able to see that talent. And I think one of the things that I've loved, you know, so much since I started this was I work with young students, and because I work a lot of it online, so they come from all parts of the country, you know. Some of these kids, you know, they don't speak English, but the music is in English, and now they, you know, they work in Italian, in German, in French, and it's just something that, you know, there is such potential and such possibility. But you're exactly right. It's about saying, you know, you don't have to stop with what you think you know, but you've just got to push that boundary, and addressing what you said about, you know, stripping everything down, and I think I was just very fortunate that I had, you know, extraordinary teachers in my life that guide you, that teach you, that give you the tools that you need to, you know, progress in your career. And I think when I said you've got to strip it down, I think it was just about learning how to sing, you know, for the operatic stage.
Yeah. And
So you've got to be so, you know, specific in your work, and that specificity brings you perfection.
Amazing. We have a segment just to break the flow a little bit, because when we do come back, I want to know, you know, we all sit and think, oh, we need to so take our work abroad. We need to so see what we can do internationally. But Kishani did it. I want to know how that switch happened. We'll speak more right after this game, and this is called Yes or No. Welcome back to the show. Now we are going to play this very simple game. It's called Yes or No. You are fighting to win this yummy box of goodies from Chariot. Now here's the deal. You may think these questions are very like, but these questions...
Do that again.
Can you do that in operatic?
Oh, it's so dramatic. It's what we do all the time.
Correct.
You know? Yes.
But I want you all to speak and show the board in a way that your heart says it. Okay? Have you ever been attracted to someone way younger? No.
No.
These
Sophistication.
The world is younger than you, Jehan, now.
Sophistication is the game.
Let me ask a very obvious question. Are you extra? OTT.
OTT, of course. Absolutely.
Wait, let me just put this. OTT. Have you ever bullied someone?
No. Absolutely not. Very much against bullying.
Maybe.
Jehan.
Yeah. I'm being very honest here.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yes, but of course, but
Yeah.
If you were single or single, would you consider sleeping with an older person if they promised you money when they die?
bit of indecent proposal going on.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Are you saying no?
Yes, I'm saying no. There's got to be more to that. No?
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you ever imagined your own funeral?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
I've even planned it.
I know what I want also.
Yeah.
No
I've
black.
done the entire song selection. And who's
my
going to sing
Yes,
it also.
really?
And I've
no.
sent it as email so that they will find
my.
it. And
But
they'll
I've
know.
also said no
Yeah,
black.
yeah.
No black at my.
And it's a
yes.
celebration. Not
And it's a
not
celebration.
No one cries.
Exactly.
And
Nobody
all
might
the best
come.
Colours.
food. Best food.
They might not come for this
might not
funeral. They're like,
Yeah.
he wanted a party, so we'll just not go.
But it has to be a celebration of life. I agree,
Exactly,
Jehan. I'm
exactly.
totally with you on that.
Do you lie about your age to seem younger to others?
Not anymore, I think, no.
There was a time.
No, there was a time by omission, never lie, but
Yeah.
by omission. But now, no.
I have, of
now,
course, just
no.
stopped saying my age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Have you ever fallen on your face in front of other people?
On my face.
Yeah.
No, I think.
On stage?
Not on my face.
But have you fallen on stage
Not
during
really
a performance?
fallen. I've dislocated my knee.
Fallen.
That I know.
Okay. But
I think, not fallen, but there are the kind of moments. There have been moments, where you kind of, especially
fall
with these long,
dramatically.
yeah, and you have like these long
Falling with
capes,
the arms
and you
of-
have to fall. We're always learning to fall. We have a course, like in our
How to fall
in our
course.
training, that how you fall and how you fall gracefully without breaking a bone or looking, just
That you're
just
fall-
so. Yes, yeah, because we
No,
fall, we
stage
die
falls
all the,
are
we
important, yeah.
die often, right?
Yeah.
Lyric sopranos, they have a very tragic.
Death.
And sad
Something is
end.
happening, yeah.
So you just kind of have to sometimes jump over balconies. You have to just, you learn. Yes, so yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. The things you learn.
Yeah. Do you think our thoughts and emotions can influence reality?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay, okay. I've given the board so that you all will not say it.
Sorry, sorry. You said with emotion though, right?
Yeah, but just the
But
board
feeling.
and expression.
Expression.
Yeah. Do you consider yourself to be religious?
Define religious though. Spiritual, religious?
Up to you, the way you...
but your belief, that you believe it
Spiritual,
strongly?
but not religious.
Right.
Organized religion, but spiritual definitely.
Right.
Philosophy of religion, of you know, of an ideology, absolutely.
Gosh, I've lost control of the show. Have you ever gotten scolded by your significant other in front of your friends or other people?
No, never.
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 Good. Well, just
I
slap him.
lucked out DANU in that department. You
Yeah,
know.
that man looks really like, you know,
He's a good.
sin.
Yeah, no, I sin for him. But
Sin for
I'm
him.
lucky. Yes, I really lucky.
You don't have anyone, right, Jehan?
Is this an advertisement?
Yeah, he doesn't have
Yeah,
anyone.
dukha hai bhai.
Aane dukh venne paane.
Jehan has
Alright.
many. That's the point. Congratulations, Kishani. I think I'll give this to you.
I want something.
I'll give this. I'll give this to you because you
Not
had so.
from charity, please.
No, no, no.
Yes,
Just because
yes.
you. He can. He's on a diet. He said.
I'm on a diet.
Yeah.
I'm happy for
And
you,
an
Kishani.
emphatic thank
I'm very
you.
happy
I'm
for you.
just so excited.
I'm so
to
happy
have-
for you, Kishani.
Yes, he's so happy. He's
On that
so
note,
happy.
we need to wrap things up for this segment. We'll see you on the other side. And welcome back to the show. We are excited to speak to these two very talented people. But the point is, I have had no control over this show. Now, Kishani, tell me, it's such a big leap to know that you have gone on to the bigger stages, performed internationally, been recognized by royalty and heads of states and all of these people. We are barely recognized by the Piliandra town hall as well. But tell me, this kind of achievement is definitely something to be proud about, not because that we are from Sri Lanka, but it's a country that tends to be overlooked because it was such a small country.
Yes.
How did you make them sit and say, listen?
I think my voice had something to do with that.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that
of course
was-
given.
that
No?
was,
Yeah. You can't sound like a crow and
yes,
expect to be
yes,
taken.
it doesn't
Yeah.
work. But I think it's a combination of things, Danu. I think you have to first have a really sound foundation, and you have to know what you're doing, and you have to know, as I said before, you know, you have to be a master of your craft. So that's important. And in addition to that, you have to then have all the other strings to your bow. So particularly in opera, because this is my craft, it's not just the voice. The voice is a huge part of it. But then you've got to be an actress. You've got to be a dancer. You've got to be able to listen very well, because you're working with a conductor, you're working with your colleagues. You have a
And you'll
chorus
also have a
with
cast with you.
Yes, and you always have a production. It's a collective. It's always, so even if you're a soloist, you're always working with a group of people. You have props, you have costumes, you have, you know, staging that you have to follow. And in addition to this, of course, you have the music, you know, which is usually, I mean, my go-tos are Puccini or Mozart or Verdi, and of course the French composers Bizet and Gounod. But with these composers, the music is so good. You know, it's so well written, and I call them the masters of music, you know, when I performed for the last concert. And I did that because you don't really have to add anything. It's all there, and they put it all down very clearly. And of course, this usually tends to be in Italian or German or French.
Can you speak the languages?
I learned. I had to learn. So
All languages?
Especially Italian. So Italian is the base language, because
Okay.
that's the kind of opera that I do. And when I was a student, you know, my teacher at the time, so I've had two very significant teachers in my life. One was Auntie Marianne, who I started with here. You know, I think most of the singers of this era have come out of her, you know, her stable. And then I had Pam Cook, who really changed my life as a singer. And she just understood the female voice, and she built this instrument that she told me has to go from top to bottom, where it just sounds like one gleaming beam, you know, and you can add the gold and the silver as you like, but the foundation has got to be really strong. And I think one of the things that she always said to me is that it's not good enough just to, you know, sing, because everybody, you know, you can just sing, but to really understand the emotion behind it and have people understand you in a foreign language, you have to understand it. And this was something that we did, you know, I was at the Royal Academy of Music, where languages was really, you know, really important. But growing up in Sri Lanka, we never did European languages. You know, we were lucky if we did 2 or 3. And I think it was a bit of a shock initially, because it was not something that I was ever exposed to. But, you know, she was really definitive. And she said, you've got to go and learn. So I went to Italy. I went to Siena in Florence, and I spent a few months there, and I lived with an Italian family that spoke no English, and I spoke no Italian. And I think by the first day I sort of cried, and I said, I was like, oh my God, this is so frustrating, because I couldn't even ask for a glass of water, and it was, I was using my hands and my feet, and by the end of this period, I could speak and I could understand, and that then forms the basis. So then your French becomes easier. German is quite different, but the more you work with them, so I work in 10 languages, and Russian and Spanish and several other Scandinavian languages, and I think your ear becomes attuned. And I think one of the great benefits we had, and this is where I say all the tools that you take with you, you're able to tune in to different sounds, because we're usually quite bilingual, if not trilingual. And I found that all the things that I took with me as a child, so I think our parents, my brother and I, we did so many things as children. I think it was because our parents wanted to keep us out of trouble. So we were involved in sport, in art, in dancing, music. And all those things collectively informed. So I did ballet for 10 years, not because I ever thought I was going to be an opera singer because we have to do the waltz, we have to be able to dance because certain scenes require that. So that was very useful. And of course the singing training, and then there was a drama, latterly with Auntie Bundle, she was like somebody that I worked with, and all these little things, and the sport. I'm a huge advocate for sport, because I think it changes your life for life. Because your endurance and the lung capacity that you need as a singer. I was a swimmer, but I was a rower. So, you're always very, very good with your breathing and those long phrases. So, all of these things put together, I think it's sort of, you have to tie it up with a bow, and then that's what your training does. They sort of bring all this together.
And it's as if destiny worked in a way. I don't think you went for ballet thinking that you're going to end up here.
No, I mean, of course not. I mean, it was never part of the plan. But
I should have done ballet. I would have looked beautiful.
You would have been beautiful in a tutu, pink tutu.
I'll put you in a tutu.
Yeah. But
Great.
Yeah, but just to tie it together, I think the answer to your question, because I thought I must actually answer the question, is I think, that's the point, is that I think, you have to have everything ready so that when the time comes and the opportunity comes, you're ready to take it, and you hit the ground running, and there's no shortcut. I think that's the key. There's no shortcut, and of course you need the support of your family. I have my parents, but I have this amazing husband who just allows me and enables me to do all this. Amazing parents-in-law, and you need all that, and good teachers.
That's amazing. What I really like is the fact that you're ready and you're just waiting to take off, and that's amazing. All right, we have a segment, and I'm sure Jehan is going to love it, and it's called King K. All right, this segment is called King K. And I'm going to start off with a very simple question.
Okay.
What is your preferred...
I'm already worried.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But okay.
What is your preferred body type?
My preferred body type, big and broad.
Okay.
Yes.
That's your question.
Yes. Thank you.
What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see someone with their clothes off, Jehan?
What's the first thing that comes to my mind? Why aren't they wearing clothes?
That's it?
Yes.
Okay, you are the lucky winner. Congratulations. Congratulations, Kishani. You are the one who is winning this fabulous gift box from Midnight Divas. Jehan, I'm really sorry, but I know that Jehan can make better use of it.
Maybe like to have it.
Can I see what's inside?
You can see what's inside.
Yes.
There are things that might even...
It's his bag, I'm sure.
No, don't open that.
Pendant.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
Pendant.
Give it to him.
But I haven't...
Let me see.
You have not given it to him.
No.
Yeah, but...
Oh, my.
Ooh, gummy condom.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay,
On that note, we're going to take a
I'm not
break. We'll see you right after this. You can use that. Shove it. This part of the show we dedicate to ask some very deep questions, and it's called Dish the Dirt. Jehan, quickly I'm going to ask you, do you think people are supportive? The others who are in this theatre world, who produce shows and direct shows, are they supportive of your work?
Of my work particularly, I think in general, in the English language theatre, some support others more, and some are less supportive, and occasionally can even sabotage. And especially if a show is going to be successful or seems like it may be heading towards success,
Full House, yeah.
then sabotage techniques and tactics seem to emerge.
Right.
And you know, it's very unfortunate because people
It's such a
don't
small industry. We're keeping it alive, and it's
not even in industry. In English language theatre, we are all, I mean,
Just doing it for the
essentially amateur.
Yeah.
We don't do it as a business. We certainly can't make a living out of it yet, because if we are to do so, we would be raising the ticket prices to 20,000 minimum in order to have
Open
everyone
it up,
paid,
yeah.
and you know, and to do that.
And some of those chairs are very uncomfortable, pay 20,000.
Exactly.
However much the act is really good, your bum is dead by the time you get out of it.
But we have a, sad to say that there is a little bit of hypocrisy where people seem to, you know, give the idea that they are looking out for, you know, the theatre community, but
they are not.
They are really not. And it ends up in actually sabotaging the work that we are doing, and that's unfortunate. But the good thing about it is that audiences and performers continue. We are quite resilient in continuing, and that's why we need to continue and support each other a lot more. I think it's also you know, something that if we address and are able to help each other, we can probably create an identity for South Asia or even the world, a Sri Lankan identity for theatre that can travel out and hold its own in the international stage, if we have the support. Also, I think we have to normalize appreciating original work.
Yeah, that is
There's
true.
so much
From music all the way to
and
plays.
just appreciating
costumes,
the arts,
set,
you know.
everything, the
That is
script,
true.
everything is original. And
100%.
even for sponsorships and support, we get a fraction of what they would give a foreign import, if you like.
Yeah, like if you bring like Pitbull down today, they are willing to sponsor, but and Pitbull is not even doing songs anymore.
Yeah.
But just in other news, Kishani, did you have idea of getting into politics?
There was a time that I thought I could do if there was ever a time that I thought I could do something that could, you know, really help or to change for the better. I think there was a time I thought, you know, when you're very idealistic about these things, that you could make that difference. And I think now, you know, you're a little bit more realistic and you're a little bit older, and you see things a bit more clearly. And I think.
But is it in your DNA? Do you feel like politics?
I've always felt that, you know, we have to do the right thing for our people. You have to do the right thing for our country. And
But the system is so.
The system is so broken, Danu. And I think that, you know, and I think until
You did try
can.
it.
Not really. I think if I try, Danu, I will just do. I will just do. There's no, you know, I don't believe in this trying nonsense. I think you work and you just
doing
go.
nonsense.
You just do.
Yeah.
I think you don't think too much. You don't, you know, faff around, because then nothing really happens.
A waste of time.
I think you've just got to go for it. And I think the reason that it appeals to me is because this is the core of our country. You know, the lawmakers, they decide the direction of our country for generations to come. It's not just for the now, it's just not for the next decade. You know, you're talking of the next 50 to 100 years. And that trajectory will change the placement of our country in the world. And so this is why I've always said, you know, this is the crux of the country, and you have to have good people who make good decisions for the good of the nation, of the people, you know, who have that sincerely in their heart. So if you were to break it down, I would say I have always been very passionate about making sure that there is, you know, there's a just society. I think that's something that I feel very, very strongly about. And when I say just, I mean that you've got to have very clear lines about right and wrong. And there's always black and white. Yes, you can have gray areas in certain things, but you know, there's right and there's wrong. So that's important. So just to, you know, again, I'm very clear to answer the question, because, you know, Danu says we don't answer the question. And I think if there was ever a time that someone like me could make a difference and that was felt, then, you know, you never say no, because you're always at service. I will always be happy to serve my country in whatever capacity. It doesn't have to be in politics, you know. Even in the arts, it would be something that I would love to do.
There was a time when you were completely strolled on social media for your performance of Damma Budunge, and it was a very tough time for you. And I read the article that you wrote as well. Tell me, how did it go down? And do you feel that people were not ready to see an operatic version of it, or do you think that people misunderstood where you were coming from?
I think, Danu, I think on the day, so there's two
You know about
sides to
this?
it.
I don't
I think there's two sides to it. On the day, during the rehearsal the day before and at the performance itself, actually it was quite extraordinary. There was this pin drop silence. You're talking golf face, you're talking thousands of people, and you're talking this massive, a huge stage with a huge orchestra, and it was just a phenomenal moment. And I know for me it was an incredible honor to be able to do that. And I've been singing for almost 20 years before I came and did that in my home country. So it was an incredible honor. And I thought very carefully about everything, what I would wear. So I wore sari, and then I thought what color. So I thought you've got to be very careful because you don't want to politicize it. It's got to be our colors.
Neutral, yeah.
So I went for red and gold, like our flag. So I thought that's good. That would, and I made sure the back of the jacket was high, and everything was made, and to suit the occasion. And I was very, very proper about that. The other thing I also did was I feel music is for everyone, though. And I think there's no boundary or barrier that you can ever put on something like music, because it is truly the international language, because it doesn't matter what language you're singing or what the music is or what the sentiment behind it is. It reaches everybody. So for me, the only way I could sing it is as an opera singer, because that's what I am, and that's what I was, I would always do. I wouldn't try to sing it like anybody else or in any other manner, because then that would not be doing service to the music. And it was written in a fashion where it lent itself very easily. And now we know, with all the extensive research that has come since, that there is a European, sort of feel to it, that there is an imported, aspect to this song. But we have adopted it as now, gazetted it as one of our national songs. And I think that's wonderful. And I think a lot of that came out of this, But as to whether I thought, were people ready for it? I think people are always ready for something different.
But where do you think the trigger point was? Why did people react? Like media?
I think it was politicized, Danu. I think that was what it was. Because if it was music for the sake of music, to be honest, on the day, there was complete,
silence when you performed.
Yes.
And
they were cheering, and the soldiers were cheering, and it was, there was none of this negativity. It was very positive.
I think before negative marketing became a term, I suppose, I think it did a lot in terms of making you so popular.
Well, and suddenly
you get millions
everyone,
of views.
And I mean, suddenly, people knew about opera, and
also people knew a person called Kishani, because you have not reached to those. But I personally felt the reason was because Damma Budunge is such a song that is so personal to Sri Lanka, and also the style of singing is not something that people who came that day in that mindset, ready to have like a good drink and have fun afterwards, were used to. Okay. So, and that's what I thought that could be, because it always takes just one person to say, Kishani. Then from nowhere, they're like, he started, no, let me just go. So it's always like a, what can I say, ripple effect. And I think that's why, but I know that it broke you. It broke you as a singer and as a person.
I think two things, Danu. I think I like to think that I'm made of sterner stuff, and I've fought bigger battles. I must say that I had to battle with the biggest fish in the biggest ponds, and the biggest seas. So in a way, I think it tested my mettle, certainly. I think more than breaking, Danu, I think I couldn't understand what it was about. I think that there was an element of hurt that came into it, because it's a revered Sri Lankan song, but I am very much salt of the earth. I'm not an import. I'm not something, and even if I was, it shouldn't have been an issue. But, I am born and raised, Sri Lankan in every sense. I had my primary education here. My family is from here. I'm born and raised, proper patriotic Sri Lankan, Sri Lankan girl, and I'm a, Visakian, for goodness sake. We are very patriotic.
Let's get into a break. We'll see you on the other side. did some digging on their social media. So let's see the stories behind the pictures.
Oh my.
So we came up with a few pictures we came across that I really thought we should share. Jehan, you know, I must tell you, you look absolutely amazing in this picture.
So cute.
I'm 16 years old in that with my pet dog
And
with my curls.
and your hair.
I know.
Jay,
I
the
tight
hair,
springs.
And this
They
is
were-
such a nice. You look like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I used to get that a
Actually, you
lot.
do?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I lost weight, I looked even more like him. But yeah, that was
Now,
me.
of course, I don't know.
Vin Diesel. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Bald and the beautiful.
Yeah, but such a beautiful picture. Do you know where this was taken at your
That was
Mahagedara?
at my dear aunt's house. She passed away earlier this year.
Oh.
So this was at her house.
Amazing. These are for y'all.
Thank you
'cause I
very
don't know what to
much.
do with your picture.
Thank you very much.
Now, it's amazing. If you have taken a picture with Prince Charles, now he's King Charles.
He
So
is
it's amazing.
indeed.
So
He
this
is
was when,
indeed.
what did he tell you?
He was just amazed.
This
that
after your
we had-
performance?
Yes, I sang for his birthday at Buckingham Palace.
Wow.
And
I've been there a few times.
Yeah,
So we
it's
both
amazing.
met him, though.
Yeah,
I-
yeah,
I
yeah.
met him in 2013
Exactly. And he's
and-
Where?
amazing.
Here?
Yeah.
In Sri Lanka.
I met him at Buckingham Palace. I frequently visit there.
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, I was there. I had a room all
Oh, wow.
gold and red.
You stayed
and-
there?
Yes, it was
The night?
amazing. No, we had for the day because nobody stays, unless you're like a state guest.
But amazing, right?
But it was amazing because
Did you at least rob something from the...
No, no.
I would have at least brought like a small, like a face tissue.
No, but it was amazing, and he.
I won that Victoria's chair, which is there.
But there are many of them, Danu.
No, that one chair that she always sat.
That chair.
I
yes.
won that.
Queen Victoria.
Queen Victoria. If you can just bring that and come.
All right,
he
I'll
just
try
change
to
it
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a long chat and he was laughing, and I think one of the things that he found extraordinary was that we knew about opera in the island of Sri Lanka.
But
that
does
was
he think when we are...
no, but you'd be surprised,
That
right?
is true.
'Cause,
But I must say
and-
his fingers are thin here.
But he was so
thin
sweet.
Fingers,
Thank
and
you.
thin
I
fingers.
do love this picture. Yes,
Yeah.
I do love it.
What was this? I didn't know that you were a part of OnlyFans.
Oh my god. That was when that's when I've lost
Oh
weight.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Even more like Michael Jackson. Right, when I first directed my first play.
Did you
just
get caught to a cage?
No, this is the Lionel event. This is the Lionel event.
dressing rooms.
The dressing rooms. Earlier they
That
had
had a cage.
the chicken one.
grills,
So that
yeah.
was when I
Grills.
was 19 and looking very smug that I had.
Very sexy. Yeah.
So that's Shay, who we all love.
Absolutely amazing this play was.
Yeah.
It's
Venus
from Venus United. You've done a lot for women through that play.
We love that.
I
We love
got that from a lot of audience members, and I'm very happy, very humbled.
Kishani, you look so beautiful here. Breathtaking.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. I did love that. It was.
Where was
cool.
this for what?
This was for Fashion Week.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had this, wonderful designer, and it was just, an
Absolutely
Someone tried to
gorgeous.
take the crown away from me.
darling.
That's
the
on it
diva
for good.
always wears the
Yeah,
crown. As
that
I
is
said.
true. Do you have this
So
crown?
I have something very much like it.
Yeah.
I
You
have
can buy
something
at Rina Palace as well.
But this was, very special. Thank you.
Oh.
Yay! My kids, we are the K family. I am Kishani, of course. My husband is Kavinga. My son is Kian, and our daughter is Kitara. So we just
Absolutely
thought Ks
cute.
across the board.
Yeah. Who is the
Thank
naughty
you.
one?
This one. Can you
Yeah.
not see?
Looks.
Yes.
How old are they now?
10 and 12. They are now 10 and 12. Yay! Thank you. I love this. My favorite.
Somebody put a fart next to you,
Yeah. Obviously, that was when I was able to do some sports when I was a kid. But yeah, I was not very happy to be in the sun.
I don't think you're doing sports. I think you're just
No, that
calling to
was,
decorate the house.
Yeah, I think the house meat
Yeah.
or something like that.
Very nice. Very young.
Jehan, was this a depressed play?
No, this was when we were rehearsing Les Miserables, but you can see that we're all obviously very close to each other
And
because
very-
everyone's
Yes,
very
close.
touchy-feely.
Yeah, Yes.
Everyone's
But
very...
that happens in the theatre,
Yeah,
no?
this was
Yeah.
back when we were all like 19, 18, 19.
And but
Everyone's got their hands on someone else.
Is it a moment of the play, or y'all
No,
are just...
no. We're actually in the
No, they're
audience and
chilling.
we're singing from off stage.
Oh, right.
Watching. So I was Valjean
Very
and these were the others.
touchy-feely.
Everyone is, no?
But then theatre is that, right? Isn't that the beauty of
I think
theatre?
less so now.
This kind of a sandwich, I
Oh
don't
my
mind.
goodness.
Oh, they were beautiful. They were beautiful.
Was that pearlfish or something?
Yes,
yes,
it
has to
was.
be because,
It was.
yeah.
Oh,
Stunning, right?
And they were beautiful.
Yeah.
They were beautiful singers. And this was, Danu, very special because it's the first time that they had a Sri Lankan doing the role of Leila, the Sri Lankan
Wow.
priestess. And they were beautiful, beautiful artists. Thank you.
It's
That's
amazing.
a
You've got me
gorgeous
some
picture.
nice
Beautiful
pictures.
picture. Beautiful.
Posing and pouting.
Very nice.
Yes. I don't know where you find these old
But your
pictures.
mom was there, right?
Yeah, my mom and my aunt
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, this
Mom
is
is
your aunt,
absolutely
right?
sweet.
Uh,
Mom
she
loves
loves
me.
you. She
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
She,
You
she's
don't.
very
Danu,
excited. that
everybody
she's-
loves you, Danu.
Actually, mums love
But
me, man.
today she's excited
Yes,
about Kishani
yes.
as well because she read all about Kishani yesterday in the
And,
newspaper.
We love mums. Mums are very special.
Thank you.
And yes, my mommy, my daddy, and my ayya. Special day.
Yeah, you look
Almost
stunning.
20 years, Danu.
Wow.
Almost 20 years. And he's never getting, I'm keeping him forever.
Yeah, I know. I
Forever
understand.
and ever and
Yeah.
ever. Yes.
We will ask these questions from him separately.
He'll
Who
tell
are
you that
these-
I'll never let him go. Yes.
Who are the cheeky bananas here?
Oh, the cheeky bananas. So these were like some of my buddies when we were
Okay.
at university. And that's Ramsey and
They
Chin
all
and
are part
Sasan.
of performing arts.
No, this was university.
Ah.
So when we were at university, I had a whole group of buddies who were also at university in
Right.
various different universities in England. So we would meet every week or every weekend. We would try and go to each other's universities. And so this was one of those
Amazing.
moments. Thank you.
Jehan, what's next? You are doing something in July.
Yes, on the 14th of July, I'm doing center stage musicals, which will feature excerpts from two brand new musicals that I have not staged, Serendipity and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, as
Nice.
well as a few songs from Rag and Venus United. So please come and watch it.
Yes,
I'm sure
absolutely.
you'll be
Highly
there.
recommended.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
He gives me like a fancy seat.
Yes,
Oh.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Of course, because you're a fancy person, Danu. Yes, with
So
the
that my
flower
mom
and
can have a
everything.
view of him as well. I said, Danu was sitting there because she's
That's
such a
not
fan.
bribery.
But
at
I'm
all.
so happy that you are doing such great work, and especially during these tough times, you're still putting up plays and you're still finding ways to keep theatre alive. Amazing.
It's our 22nd anniversary. That's why
Wow.
we're doing this.
That's great
22
then.
years of groundbreaking, not groundbreaking, but original
No.
theatre. Groundbreaking theatre is our tagline.
Yeah, but it's
just that
groundbreaking in my
But
opinion.
it is.
Very
But
Anything
groundbreaking.
original.
We're very
is,
humble. We couldn't
Jehan.
celebrate our 20th anniversary because
Yeah.
of the lockdowns
COVID.
and COVID.
Yeah.
So we're doing something, and I thought,
Say 20th celebration for my 22nd celebration.
yes, I should
Yeah,
do that.
we
I should do that.
All right, on that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Danu.
Always
Thank
a pleasure.
You,
Yeah.
Jehan.
Next
Such a
time we'll
pleasure,
condense
Danu.
answers. Okay?
Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Danu.
Thanks for these
Thank
pictures.
you.
They're
No
really
And I
worries.
love the pictures. Thank you.
Amazing. You can have them, frame them, keep them.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
On that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We will
Thank
see you
you.
soon. Till then, keep smiling. It's a wrap.
Bye.